Hello, my name is Gamaliel B. Vicente III, a contemporary student of Cebu Doctors University. I will be showing my journey on how globalization changed my insight towards the world. I will be displaying my travel in Asia on some of the countries we visited with my family. In Hong Kong, we first visited the well-known Ocean Park. It is an oceanarium, animal theme park, and an amusement park. It is the second largest theme park in Hong Kong after Hong Kong Disneyland. There are a lot of things to do, but we only managed to try on some because of the time. Next we visited is the largest theme park in Hong Kong, the Disneyland. Because it is the largest theme park, you cannot completely try all the rides in there in one day. I was able to meet Mickey Mouse and his friends, and it was very fun, and indeed Disneyland is one of the happiest places I visited. We also toured on the Avenue of Stars, on where at our back is a life-size bronze statue of the popular martial artist and action hero, Mr. Bruce Lee. There are various of statues and monuments in there, and it was a very enjoyable attractions to look at. Another place we went to is Legoland, Malaysia. It was a very interesting and very beautiful theme park. The designs and architecture of the structures are incredible because it was mostly made out of Legos. Me and my sister got to enjoy playing and experiencing exhibits made out of Legos. Next is Singapore. We went to their well-known Universal Studios. There are a lot of people in there and mostly different tourists from different countries. We enjoyed strolling and looking at beautiful attractions, and also there are a lot of fun and enjoyable shows to watch. We also went to Macau and saw the ruins of St. Paul, together with my whole family. It is Macau's best-known landmarks. It is also listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are very many people in there, that is why you must stay alert of your important stuffs. Next, we went on to the gardens by the bay. The futuristic trees of Circuit and Vine are unlike anything we'd seen before. The trees became one of the most iconic and recognizable attractions in Singapore. These trees provide shade in the day and comes alive at night with display of light. Still, in the gardens by the bay is their cloud forest. We are amazed on the indoor waterfall soaring at 30 meters high and descend through the surreal mist-filled cloud walk in treetop walk. Upon stepping inside, you are greeted by a very cold temperature with a beautiful sound of the waterfall. One of the famous landmarks in Singapore is the Merlion Park, wherein a statue of a lion head and a body of a fish are one. It is a widely used mascot and personification of Singapore. The statue measures 8.6 meters tall and sprouts water from its mouth just like in the picture behind us. We also went to the Marina Bay Sands. It is one of the most iconic hotel and also for its largest rooftop infinity pool. At first, we observed the building looks exactly like a boat at the top. We then went at its rooftop and we waited until nighttime to see the beautiful nightlights of the city. Next, we went to Korea, to the Nami Island. It is shaped like a half-moon island. It is one of the popular shooting locations of Korean dramas and variety shows, like My Love from the Star, Sweet Garden, and Running Man. The three shows that our visit in there was an autumn season. Luckily, we are able to catch up the cherry blossom season in Korea. These trees were able to survive because of their cold climate. They are also known as sakura. These trees symbolizes purity and beauty. These flowers are a symbol of renewal and the fleeting nature of life. In the hills of Korea, we visited Petite France. It is a French-style theme park in Korea. This is also famous for shooting locations of Korean dramas. Because of the cold season in that time, there are a lot of fruits in there like strawberries, which are my favorites. Just before COVID-19 pandemic happened, we went to Beijing, China. We visited the Forbidden City, also famous for film location. This houses the Palace Museum and former residence of the Emperor of China. The door behind me There's a lot of gold round designs also signifies luck. Next, we went to the Temple of Heaven. This place is important in Beijing because it is where emperors of the dynasties worshiped God of Heaven and prayed for good harvest. Each temple side structures represent a zodiac sign, and by placing the hand you can wish anything, just like in the picture of me. Next is my favorite, the Great Wall of China, the most iconic and famous in Beijing. It has an unbelievable length of approximately 21,000 kilometers. This wall symbolizes strength in China. Because it's snowing, we decided not to reach the most top because of the dangers in slippery stairs. Next is the Summer Palace in Beijing. It is the best preserved imperial garden in the world. There are activities like boating. However, because of the freezing weather, the lake was frozen and there was nothing to see much in there. We also went on the Beijing National Stadium, or they call it as the NES. This stadium was built as venue of the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and it was planned to host once again for the 2022 Winter Olympics. The shape of the stadium, as they said, represents a 7. After all the long and tiring walks, we experienced snow skiing. I fell a couple of times, but eventually got up. With today's pandemic, we are all hoping that we could get our usual life back, travel the world safely again, and together help restore our world. Thank you.